Okay, we are going live. We are going live. Looks like we might be able to have a little bit of a pregame show. Let's see if this all works, and we'll see what we've got on audio. Our Wags is in the house. I can already see that. And let's see if our audio is okay. Yeah, sounds good. Audio sounds good. Whoa, got a bunch of folks in the house, and it is about 1 minute, 1 minute before showtime. 1 minute before showtime, so a little bit of a pregame show today. And we're going to talk about details. Details matter, folks. Details matter, folks. Bumped into a friend of mine yesterday. He was wearing a pair of cheap khakis, and you can always tell cheap khakis when you see them. It's not hard. If you don't know, then take a look at some pictures of my Bills khakis and compare them to other khakis. You'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he was wearing some cheap khakis, probably Dockers or something like that. And he had, I swear, I'm not making this up, he had a vinyl belt. He was wearing a belt. It was made of vinyl. And he had lost a little bit of weight, so he had punched an extra hole in the belt. And it was a little bit off center, a little bit jagged, but he had the belt, he had it cinched up there, and he had it on. Proud as could be of his vinyl belt. So, folks, we got to talk details here. We don't want to be seeing you guys wearing some cheap khakis and a vinyl belt. By the way, let me stand up and show you the belt that I've got on here. That's going to cut my head off, but you'll be able to see the belt. Okay. So that is the belt that I'm wearing. So, practicing what I preach, I'm wearing a high-end alligator belt, and then I said to my buddy, I said, well, you can get a decent belt on eBay sometimes. Sometimes you can get a really nice belt. And so I told you guys the other day about saved searches on eBay, and I'm going to show you a perfect example. I have a saved search for size 36 alligator belt, and I just put alligator belt, then 36, then made in USA is what I put. And so this belt came up today, and I'm showing you this because it's a perfect example. This one is in mint condition. It was originally sold new at Neiman Marcus. Okay, very nice solid brass buckle there. Black belt, 1 1/8 inch wide. Now it turns out that this is a size 38. See, it says American Alligator, made in USA. And looks like a very high quality belt. I did message her and had her measure it and so forth. And I also asked the seller if it was one piece of alligator, and it is. The alligator side of the belt is one piece without a seam. You don't want a seam if you can avoid it. So notice she has here size 36, 38, and 40. And it's a size 38 is what the belt is, okay? I wear a size 36. I have about a 33, 34-inch waist, so you always go up 2 sizes from your waist, right? So I would wear a size 36. So this belt is too long for me, okay? I was tempted to buy it anyway, just in case I put on some weight or something and I need it. I'd probably be in the last hole on this belt. I could probably wear it in the last hole, right? The way it is. But it's not the correct size for me. But I'm using this as an example here. $74.99, $7 shipping. That was probably about a $500 plus belt new. At least $500, okay, from Neiman Marcus, needless markup. Probably a very high quality belt. Alligator's top of the line, right? So you can buy yourself a $20 belt that's probably going to be vinyl at Walmart. Or you can step up a little bit and get yourself a real belt. Yeah, you're going to spend more money. You're going to spend $74.99 plus $7 shipping. But details matter, folks. I think details matter. All right, let's get caught up on this, on the chat here. Lance is in the house. Oh, let me make sure I got Skype ready, because I might have a guest coming in today. Yeah, I've got Skype ready. So, see, Lance says hello. Waiting to depart. It seems we're leaving now. Carlos is out of here, out of there. Our Wags is in the house. Now, he knows details matter. Carlos says hello all. Lance, okay. The captain just told me we are in Spanish soil since the airplane doors are closed. No idea why he said that. Good point. Carlos, where are you going? Spain. And let's see. Carlos, are you going to Madrid? Travel safely, friend. Godspeed. Absolutely. Carlos generally gets VIP treatment anywhere he goes, so I think he'll be okay. And Lance is in the house. Hopefully I am going to be in several places. Madrid, Switzerland, Sicily, Malta, and the south part of Spain. There you go. Carlos is a jet setter. Lance is in the house. He says, Carlos, Spain is a beautiful country. Went to Madrid and Barcelona once. Have a safe flight. Lance, when you went, did you fly private? You probably flew private. He probably doesn't fly commercial. Our Wags is in the house. I believe all those countries have negative interest rates, Carlos. Don't park any money there. Our Wags. We'll get there probably in the U.S. Carlos is in the house. He says, plane is already moving. It seems we're finally are going to flight. I was not sure of it. Let's see what happens when we arrive in Madrid. There you go. So anyway, I'm wearing the 002 Stunner, which with the HD Straps.com strap. So there she blows. Absolute stunner alert on the channel. Stunner alert. And by the way, I was just thinking about Brett's solid gold Datejust, and I was thinking he paid $16,000 for that. There are people that actually spend that much, believe it or not, for a Pepsi, for a steel Rolex, a Pepsi, and maybe even a Batgirl. Maybe there's some people that paid that much for a Batgirl. I think Batgirls are less than that now. Let me know in the chat, what's a Batgirl going for? And what's a Pepsi going for? Because can you imagine that you could get a solid gold, new old stock, 6-digit Datejust for the same price as somebody paid for like a steel Stunner? Can you imagine? Fellas in the house. Craig, I picked up that wallet you showed yesterday, the alligator fella in the house. Cool. Let us know when you get it. And if you can Skype in, I don't know if you are set up with Skype, but if you can Skype in and show it to us, that'd be great too. Kyle Jett says, what about Meslian belts? Not familiar with them, but if they're all that, then absolutely wear something really high quality. A nice belt really can make a difference. If you're wearing a nice shirt, I'm wearing, by the way, a Gitman Brothers shirt. And if you're wearing a nice shirt, a nice belt, a nice pair of khakis, or even a nice pair of jeans, right? The belt and the shoes, and of course the watch, those three things can make a huge difference. And of course it doesn't hurt to have a nice writing implement as well. So those few things. And like Brett has, I think he's got that pinky ring also. That's kind of cool. So a couple little things like that you can do to really set yourself apart a little bit from the dirt balls out there. Okay. All right. From those that are a little bit challenged when it comes to taste and style. So you can set yourself apart a little bit from those people that are having issues. Cheetown, a man from Boston was caught walking by the side of the road with no pants on. His explanation was, I lost my khakis. Okay. Lance is on the house. Craig, need to get a belt with an 18-karat yellow gold buckle. I'll tell you, the solid brass buckles that are, high end, like this one. There you go. You can see it there. They look fine. They go fine with gold. So you won't have any problem with that. A nice high-end brass buckle will look fine. Let me see if I can pull this up to give you a better photo. They go very nicely. Why isn't this not working? Well, okay, it's working now. Do a time check while this search happens here. All right. think this might be, yeah. Yeah, this is the one, give me a second here. This is the one that I am currently wearing. That buckle looks fine with gold. It works very well. I don't think you need to go to the 18 karat gold buckle, but that would be interesting if you did. Interesting if you did. So this one is from Oris. This particular belt that's pictured right now. Very high end. Let's see here. And Kyle's in the house. I wish I was going to Spain with Carlos. I haven't checked to see if things are open there. Let's see, Kyle, I'll be reporting in the next days. Good. Hopefully you'll get somewhere where you're at a good internet connection. Maybe you can report live from there, Carlos. That would be fantastic if it's possible. It's probably going to be a funny hour for you, but if you can, that would be very helpful to the group here to get a live report. We like live reports. And let's see. Speaking of live reports, Kyle, we still need a live report from Brett on his watch. Remember, he can Skype in direct also. If he's at a remote location or whatever and he wants to Skype in direct, he can Skype in and just give us an update on the watch and how it's doing. I hope he's wearing it. Let's see. Just got back from the gym. Triforce Rich. Okay. And Bree, the lovely Bree's in the house. She says, hi, everyone. Taking off. See you tomorrow. Happy 4th tall. Absolutely. And Kyle's in the house. It seems that flight wouldn't be too long. We need to find any watch better than Brett's. That's the challenge now. That's not going to be easy to do. Not easy to do. Batgirl 13K, Pepsi 16K. Might add another 500 to each as the market has rebounded on Rolex. So can you imagine somebody paying the same price for a Pepsi that they would have paid for Brett's Datejust? That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Kyle, Brett is going to keep the engraving on the case back of Datejust. I think he is. Triforce, do you have a Batman on an Oyster or Jubilee? Well, the Batgirl is the Jubilee, so I would go for the Batgirl. That's what I would do. Let's see. Our Wags is in the house. I believe Carlos' flight takes around 9 hours. There you go. He's probably flying on like a G650 or something. He won't tell us, and he'll probably be there in like 5 hours or something. Carlos doesn't mess around. What watch would... I'm not who that... I'm guessing Platinum President with Ice Blue Dial. Okay, I'm not sure who that is. Okay. What do you think of men wearing beads on their wrist? I like the that faux pay bracelet that Steve wears. I think it's classy. I'm normally not a bracelet or necklace guy for guys or whatever, but that looks cool. His faux pay 18 karat gold bracelet looks pretty cool. So let's see. I don't have either. The only watch I have right now is a 16710, which I have all bezels for. Have money sitting to buy my next watch, but the right one hasn't popped up yet. I hope it's going to be solid gold, though, Triforce Rich. Kyle's in the house. He is keeping the engraving. Good, good. Craig, what do you think of the folks who buy day dates with the concealed clasp oyster bracelets? Ooh, I've never even seen one of those. Yeah, that would be a pass. I don't think I'd be down with that. I've never even seen a day date with an oyster bracelet. So no, I don't think I'd go there. I think I'd just stick with the president bracelet all the way on the day dates. Kyle's in the house. We should pull out one of those day dates to look at. Okay. Send me links, folks. You know you can always send me links. Trends and smart money decisions don't often go hand in hand. So yes, I could imagine someone paying president prices for a Steel Sports Rolex. Mr. Q's in the house. He says, hello, fine gents. Sent an email. Okay, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. And by the way, lovely Bree, if you want to call in and give us an update, and we will talk about that lovely photo that you shared today. If you're still hanging around and you want to Skype in, just do so whenever you like. You know you have an open invitation to join the show. You're a VIP. And this is not hateful. This is not hateful. 18 karat gold. Interesting price. Interesting buy it now price. That is not hateful. That is not hateful at all. It looks like it has a gold clasp also. I don't mind that case shape either. That is very interesting. Good one. Good one, Lance. I say good one. Now, what's that that's $59.95? Is that the strap? I guess that's what the strap cost. Well, that's interesting. Why has it got a metal back and a gold back? What the heck is going on with that? I think that is very interesting. Now, it's a 36 mil. Unfortunately, that would be a little bit big for Bree, I think. I think she needs something that's more like a 34 mil at the most. She's got such a tiny wrist. I would think about that for Bree, but I think it would be too big. But that is cool. That is a good find, Lance. I gotta give you a 2 thumbs up on the $3,500 18 karat gold watch, assuming it's as it is represented to be, and assuming all's copacetic. That is pretty cool. Let's see. Let's get caught up on the thing here. Craig, what do you think of a Cuban link gold chain to go with a date? Cheetown, can you send me a nice link for a photo? We'll pull it up and take a look. Triforce, my brother-in-law makes those for rappers. Okay. And lovely Bree says, of course, that Omega is kind of ugly. I don't think it's that bad. Pull it back up again. I'm not a big fan of the gold dial. There's not a lot of contrast there. But I really don't think it's that bad, especially for that price. I'm assuming it's a Seamaster. It's probably got a screw-down crown and everything. I think that's a lot of watch for the money. I would like a little more contrast on the dial for the markers and the hands and all. But I mean, oh my gosh, beggars can't be choosers. That's not terrible. It's really not terrible. Was that a Rolex class? No, I don't think so. I think it's Omega. Yeah, it's got the Omega symbol on it, and I'm assuming the clasp is also 18 karat gold. I mean, if it is, that's even better. Let's see what they say down here. Solid gold case back. 18 karat gold. Okay, the lovely Bree is calling in. Give us a moment here. We'll pull up the lovely Bree. Okay, let me get my headset here.
All right.
Okay. Hi there. How are you, young lady?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Let me see if I can pull up that photo.
Okay.
Give me a second.
I think you sent it to me on the Gmail.
Yeah, I'm going to switch back to the watches while I pull it up. Just give me a second here.
All
because
right.
I want to try to show them this. It's super cool. And let me see if I can pull it up. And if we have problems, then I'll just show it after.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my it's having problems doing its thing while we're simultaneously doing Skype. So I'm going to show it to them after, but we're going to first.
You can show it here.
I'm going to. Oh yeah, well you can show it, Joe, and then I'll show the actual photo afterwards so they can see it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It actually is showing up pretty good. What's really cool about that photo is the lighting on her hair, the lighting on her hoop, the way the light's catching the hoop, and
Yeah, the sun
you,
was really
you
bright
got
that day.
some flares off of the hoop up from the sun. And okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. Just tease them with that's good. Okay, don't show it anymore. I'm going to show them the whole thing after you get off. But here's the thing that was, I think you just kind of got lucky with the lighting and all, or was that all planned?
So it was actually a video. So I took like a frame, I guess.
Okay, a frame out of the video.
I froze the frame. And it was just kind of like a screenshot that I made, you know.
And so you
Um,
just kind of got lucky, really, right?
yeah. And the sun was really like bright, so like the hoop was always like
Eh,
shining.
Yeah, and even the trees in the back look really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
that really came out cool. So that's kind of like a just everything kind of came together, and you got a little bit
Yeah.
lucky. Sometimes that happens with a photo.
Right. Some
So, and your hair looks great in it. I mean, somebody even
Thank
commented. I think somebody from some hair group or something commented on the video. Did you see that?
Oh, oh really?
Yeah, yeah. So,
I'm gonna check it out.
all right, let me catch up on and I don't remember if that was on which platform that was on that they commented, but it was on one of them. Okay, let's see.
Check
A
it
couple
out.
comments on the watch. That's pretty dirt cheap for a 36 millimeter gold watch. A Triforce Rich 32 millimeter or 34 millimeter Rolex is what Bree needs. I agree. Um, and Jaden says David SW has a couple good deals on 36 mil Rolexes. Supple and rare looking Omega Mr. Q. Does he have any white dial Datejust clasp looks aftermarket, says Jaden. That clasp look like a crown. Oh no. If it's 18 karat solid gold, a steel, says Mr. Q. And a GPU News says, wow, Bree.
Thank you.
Nice black one. Jaden, love the shirt. Okay, they love your shirt.
It's actually a dress.
Oh, it's actually a dress. Okay, well, there you go. And let's see, it's
Thank you.
40-year-old watch, says Kevin. Probably closer to 30, says Deport. Let's see, Lance, also a 375 off coupon. How are Bree's hula hooping skills? How are your hula hooping skills coming? Are you making progress?
They're definitely better. I can do it like from the back.
Okay.
Um,
And
and
are you going to? And Kyle says he thinks Kevin D should get a wrench. Okay. Well, if a couple of people nominate him, we'll make that happen. What are you practicing isolations also?
I'm practicing. I don't have it like perfect, but I'm practicing, yeah.
Okay, and Triforce Rich says, I actually found the watch I was looking for, and a guy wouldn't give me the price I wanted because of eBay fees, and I offered to pay him off eBay. He went cold after that, okay? And Cheetown says, I sent emails to Craig. One is for the oyster bracelet. Okay, all right, we'll look at those after we finish up with Bree. And Jaden says, have a 36 millimeter oyster petrol for 4,200 dirt cheap. Lance says, I've checked it out on the website. It looks really nice. 4,600 isn't too bad for Datejust. Looks good to me, Lance. Okay, all right, we'll look at those. Okay, so let me think what else. Okay, you put out some videos recently. You put out a video of you doing push-ups.
Yeah, on my story,
Okay,
Instagram story.
okay, on your Instagram story. So, folks, if you want to get in shape, okay, you've got to follow Bree on all her platforms and follow what she's doing and try to do as Bree does. Oh, look at that. Look at that. There you go. That's right. Try to do as Bree does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, do you have any plans for July 4th for tomorrow?
Not really. I think I'm just gonna probably gonna do a dance video.
Okay, okay. Let us see that dress you have on. Stand up. Let us
Oh,
see
okay,
that.
sure.
Let us see the
Here.
whole dress because they like it. So, guess you got to get a little further back. We still can't see it all.
Let's see here. kind of like all gray and then like little July 4th colors, like the white and the
So
red.
where did you get that?
This is actually a gift from my grandma in Ecuador,
When? When did she send it?
like 2 years ago,
Oh,
3 years.
okay. Cool. So you pull it out for 4th of July because of
Yes,
the colors and all. Okay,
yes,
cool. Can you dance in that also?
sure.
So you should do, well, you don't have to do it now, but you should do a video in that too.
Oh yeah, I can.
Have to do a July 4th video. Yeah.
Yes.
And
That,
and and by the way, are you getting more Bitcoin?
yeah. Well, the last Bitcoin I got was from you.
So, but anytime you can, you're trying to get some more, right?
Oh yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you for giving us the update and tell us where they can follow you.
No problem. Thank you. And you can follow me on all platforms at Briefit Dance.
And by the way, hold on one second. Folks, if you have any questions, she's only going to be here just a little more time. So if you have any questions for Bree, put them in the chat. Because the last time she left and you put a question in. She can't answer it. She can't answer it if you're gone. If she's gone and you put it in the chat, right? So put it in now because remember, there's a delay. So put any questions you have for the lovely Bree. Okay, meanwhile, oh, Jaden says, Craig, why would you tell her to stop dancing, Jaden? All right, we'll let her do a little dance when she finishes giving all her places. Okay, they want to see you dance. Okay, so how
So
do
you can
they
see me dance
how do they follow you?
on Patreon,
Yeah,
on Instagram.
explain to them for gosh sakes where they can see your videos because they're a little bit slow, Bree.
So you just go to the website briefitdance.com and you can find literally all the platforms. And also, if you want to help out, you can be a Patreon for $5 a month
Okay,
or 25 if you want to do like a private video chat.
okay, okay. There you go. Okay, all right, all right. So all right, so let's see. Let's do a little dance move. Let's see one of your favorite dance moves. But
Okay.
do it in slow motion so we can see it.
Okay, in slow
Okay?
motion.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just kind of like isolating the hips.
Uh-huh. Well, there you go, folks. Okay, so now you know if you follow the lovely Bree, you can learn how to dance like her. What do you think? Think you guys could do that? I'm not sure they could do that though, Bree. I'm not real sure they could do that. Now, Jeepu says, yes, it's a nice dress. Thought that was a shirt, said Deport. No problem. You are here
Yeah, like
with us
finish.
every day, too. Sent a photo of the 33. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're caught up. All right, no new questions. I don't think. Let me see. Make sure. Okay, no new questions. Okay, so I'm going to let you go, Bree. And are you going to hang out a little bit more in the chat?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hang out just for a few minutes, just in case they have any questions that they didn't remember. And then I'll show your website at the end too, and I'm going to show your photo also,
Okay,
the
sounds
cool
good. Thank
photo.
you.
All right, thanks for
And
calling
happy
in.
4th.
Happy 4th to you. Happy 4th, everybody. Thanks again,
Bye.
lovely Bree. BreeFitDance.com. Okay, there you go. Just as easy as that, folks, to call in and be on the show. Now, let me see if I can get to these photos real quick. I mean, these emails. Do a time check while we're doing that. Da, da, da. Okay, got a bunch of emails here. Bunch of emails. All right, we got an email. We got an eBay link first off. As soon as this loads in, I'll cut to it. Ooh, a date 8. That's looking pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the Roman numerals, but some people love them. Some people love them. Let's pull this up. I do like the white dial. But again, I'm not a fan of oyster bracelet on a date 8. I don't know why somebody would do that, tell you the truth. But some people like that sort of thing. Okay, so there's that. Now let's go to the next email. And here, okay, so the email, hey Craig, I know you're not a fan of non-yellow gold, but find this watch to be very handsome. Okay. Here is a white gold, I guess that's a white gold date 8, not platinum, of course. And I'll tell you, it looks like it might be overly polished. Those lugs look a little bit narrow. And it looks like it might have a lot of wear on the bezel too. Not so sure about that one, folks. Not so sure about that one. It would have to be a really good price. It would have to be a really good price, I think, on that one. And okay, there's some folks with some gold, with some gold. There you go. Don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you about that. Like I say, you can have a lot of money, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have good taste. There's that. Let's see. Oh, and Bree says thank you for the support. And Triforce Rich took off. And let's see. Interesting to see. Not the correct bracelet though. See Rich. Okay. Okay. Let's go back and see what we have next. We have a 33 mil Omega. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is not hateful. This is not hateful. Those lugs look a little bit too sharp to me. I mean, not the, I would have liked them to have a little bit more curve to them. And I'm guessing that's an 18 karat gold clasp. It doesn't have the Omega symbol on it, but it looks nice and trim. The watch looks nice and trim. It's not hateful at all. Not hateful. See, I think it's a good thing that a lot of people are not wanting to buy 18 karat gold watches because it means that those of us that like them can get some deals. We can get some deals. While they're all chasing the steel stunners, we can get a real stunner that's 18 karat gold. That's the way that works. And that's how Brett did it. Brett did it. You know, while all of them were chasing the steel, he went out and snagged a stunner. Let's see. I'd rather go steel instead of white gold. Too close. Okay. The two guys in the picture are wearing yellow gold, so they should get a pass on Craig's. Yeah, the yellow gold is a good choice. It's always a good choice, but maybe a little bit too much in that case. Sometimes you can go a little bit too far with gold. That's a possibility of things. Gold beater watches, yeah. Heck yeah, why not? I say why not? Okay. I want to see if I can pull up Bree's page and show that photo before I forget. Give me a second here. Gotta pull up her page and then I'll pull up the photo. And I'm going to leave the watches on here until I get the photo loaded in. as you know, when I'm streaming, this thing can be a little bit slow to load things in, and Facebook in particular seems to run slow. Okay, so there it is. There's the photo in question that I promised I would show. And I think it's cool. I mean, it's just a frame she took out of the video, but I like the lighting on the hoop. I like that little star of light, two different stars of light there on the hoop, and then nice light on her hair, and some nice light on those trees in the background. I think it's a cool photo. It wasn't really a photo. It was, like I say, a frame out of the video, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Refit Dance. Follow her on Facebook as well. Let's see here. Craig, did you put your name on the waiting list for the new tutor? No. No. Don't think so. These guys claim they are buying steel because gold is too soft. Then they throw their steel watches in the same because they say they don't want to scratch them. In the safe, I think you meant. They put them in the safe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's bizarre. Really, the whole thing's bizarre. Look, I've been wearing this one on and off for a couple of months, okay? I don't baby it. I wear the watch, right? I think it looks pretty damn good for being made of butter, right? And what do you think from a distance, right? See it on my wrist? What do you think? I'll put it all the way out of the shirt. I think it looks pretty good for a watch that's made of butter, right? It's doing pretty good. Let's see. Craig just sent you a pic of the ultimate car. Whoa. The ultimate car on a Friday. The ultimate car on a Friday. Oh boy, 18 karat gold, he says. Well, I don't think it's really 18 karat gold. So it looks like it's gold paint. I doubt it's 18 karat gold. So, I mean, it might have paint with like 18 karat gold in it or something like that. It is kind of stunning. It looks pretty good. It is kind of neat. Of course, any E-type looks pretty cool, and the chicks dig them. So there's that. Let's see. Craig, do you put starch on your shirts? This one, yes, they do. The starch, as you wear them a few times, and by the way, I don't wear a shirt once and then send it to the cleaners. I send it to the cleaners when it needs it, right? When it starts getting kind of grungy around the collar or whatever, or let's say, heaven forbid, I was sweating in it, right? Then obviously then you have to send it back. But like if I'm just doing a show like I'm doing now, I might be able to wear a shirt, 4 or 5 times, and it still be presentable. They go back to the cleaners when they need to, and not just with one wear. Because remember, every time you have a shirt laundered, it's wear and tear on the shirt also, right? And also I have quite a rotation of shirts. I have probably 100 shirts at least. And so, like right now, back in the hamper, I've probably got 15 shirts to go to the cleaners next time I go. And I'll wait until that gets up to maybe 20 or something, and I'll take them there as a whole batch, right? And I'll have those done. And then, they'll go back into the rotation. So I don't like run to the cleaners with like 4 or 5 shirts, right? I'll run there with like 20 shirts. It's just more efficient that way, right? Let's see here. Cheetown's in the house. Craig, do you think that in theory the 2-tone Datejust with a concealed clasp shouldn't show a ton of scratches on the bracelet? Well, the Datejust doesn't. The Jubilee bracelet doesn't show scratches. An Oyster does. The Jubilee is very forgiving as far as showing scratches, just because of the way it's shaped. Same thing with the President bracelet. The President bracelet is very forgiving about showing. It just gets like a patina on it. It doesn't really show any scratches. Let's see. Archie uses a crappy camera so he can get away with wearing dirty shirts. Okay. I haven't had to wash a shirt in 15 years. Fully understand. Okay. Now, do you mean you will wear a shirt for 15 years and not have it laundered? Please clarify, Mr. Q. Yeah. That would probably get a little bit gamey after 15 years. Let's see what else I was going to show. There was something else I was going to show. Trying to remember. I was talking about, unfortunately, Carlos isn't hanging out, but we talked about this shoe from Russell Moccasins the other day. And the thing that I would do if I was going to order a pair of these from Russell Moccasin Company, which I definitely would do, is I would specify that I want solid brass eyelets. I don't like those brown, I guess those are painted or whatever they are. I would rather have just solid brass eyelets like they used to use. I have a pair of Russells that have the solid brass ones, so I'm sure that they could do that. There might be a small upcharge, but that's the only thing I would do is I would ask for the brass eyelets, and then I'd have them make it, and they'll make that to measure to the measurements of your feet. So there you go. Oh, by the way, I saw a Datejust flipping through one of my feeds the other day. One of those ones that's the turnograph, and this was the later model turnograph before they discontinued it. This was, I guess, a 6-digit turnograph, and that's a cool watch. That is still a cool watch, I think. That most recent turnograph, that I believe was a 6-digit model. Maybe Lance can dig one up and send us a link to that, because I think those are cool. Craig, what's your opinion of a Datejust or Day-Date with a leather strap? I'm not a big fan. I think those look better, much better on bracelets. I like this watch on a strap. This watch is really designed to be on a strap. You know, it's not really designed to be on a bracelet. Those other watches are really designed, I think, more to be on a bracelet, and I would rather have them on a bracelet. But I wouldn't, it wouldn't be the end of the world to have one on a nice strap. But see, again, I don't like a strap with a normal clasp. I like the deployant clasp. It's much easier to put it on and off without flexing the strap a lot and all that. So that's another reason why I wouldn't want one of those. I'd want one if it had a deployant clasp, an 18-karat gold deployant clasp, but most of them would not, right? They wouldn't do that. So Kevin's asked, what 2020 car would you buy? I'd certainly buy a Toyota Land Cruiser if I didn't have to tow it behind a bus, because you can't flat tow those. I would probably buy another Prius. I don't know how good they are now, if they're as good as they used to be, but my Prius has been bulletproof reliable, and it's a great car. It's basically handmade in Japan, because it was the first year of that new body style, 2004, so they really took their time and did everything right. I would buy one of those. If you want to buy American, if you will, I mean, I think an all-black Suburban, Chevy Suburban, loaded up would be cool, but you're going to take a lot of depreciation on one of those, right? If I was going to buy something new, I'd probably absolutely buy a Toyota Land Cruiser, or if you want something economical, buy the the Prius. I don't like the new Lexuses. I think are ugly. I think they ruin the grills and everything on them. So I would pass on one of those. I'd have to buy, if I was going to buy a Lexus, I'd have to buy the previous generation before they ruin the styling on them. Let's see, Mr. Q, the rotation is too fast and only wear them for short engagements with people. They hang back to an aired room. There you go, Mr. Q in the house. Lance is in the house. I see, Craig, the 2020 Aston Martin DB11. Yeah, I would pass on that because that would be a nightmare to maintain. G-Town, Craig. Craig, if you didn't have your GS or your date 8 and an AD required you to bundle a date 8 with a Pepsi or Batgirl purchase, would you do it? Let's see. No, if I was buying a Pepsi, I would still want a discount on let's assume that I was paying full list for the Pepsi, right? I would still want a discount on the date 8. At least some discount, because I think that would be fair. If I'm paying full boat for the Pepsi, I'd still want some money off on the date 8. But if I really needed the watches, I mean, you don't need any of this stuff, but if I really wanted the watches and they had a Pepsi and a date 8, and it was the date 8 that I wanted, see, the problem is some of the 36 mil date 8s that they have right now, they don't really have the dial that I want. I like the black dial that's on the 40 mil, the date 8 40, but they don't offer that on the 36 mil. So I don't know what I would do, but assuming they have a date 8 that I'd like the dial of it, then yeah, I mean, I might go ahead and just pay sticker for both and be done with it. That would be a possibility. And that would be a great rotation, by the way. If you wanted to stay Rolex all the way, I think that would be a great rotation. You must thousands of shirt, Mr. Q. I don't think he owns thousands, but he might own a lot. 2020 car, Lexus Lc 500, no question about it. Best sounding V8 car currently made. Yeah, but I don't like the styling on those. I don't like the what they did to the front end, the grill and all that. I think it's hideous, but yeah, I guess maybe I could get over that. Mr. Q's in the house. In the hundreds, though, for long sleeves. I do wash the short sleeves rotation. There you go. Sent a photo of a cool Datejust turnograph. All right, let's take a look. Lance always comes through. Can always count on Lance to come through. Well, sometimes, though, he sends some that I would pass on. And now this is interesting, because if you wanted to go with a steel and gold, that would not be the end of the world. That's pretty cool. And now, is that a roulette dial? I'm assuming that's a roulette dial, so it goes from red to black. And I like the red secondhand. I think those are cool. I think those are underappreciated Datejusts, and I think that they are super cool. Now, would I rather have one that's just all steel with, like, I think they come with a white gold bezel, right? Probably. I'd probably rather have that than the steel and gold. But that steel and gold is very interesting. Is very interesting indeed. Chi-Town, would you do the deal if you paid MSRP for the Pepsi and you could get the date 8 36 you wanted for 10% off list? That would make more sense. Yes, I think that would make more sense, that you'd get something off on the date 8. Not a huge discount, but, because you're getting the Pepsi, right? But yeah, I think that would make a lot more sense. Craig, what's your favorite of the current American muscle cars? Challenge, Camaro, Mustang? I would probably go for the Shelby Mustang. I'd probably go for that. Be my guess. But they're all good. I think they've done a good job with all of them. Craig, do you think it's odd that I have over 20 polos but only one T-shirt? Well, no. I mean, you should be wearing, when you're out in public, you should be wearing a shirt with a collar. The only time I wore T-shirts, if you will, we had T-shirts with Frederick.com on them that we were giving away. And so there was a period of time that I wore those, because we were also giving them away and so on. And, of course, I'm promoting my own business. But that would be the exception to the rule, is if you're promoting some business or something and you're wearing a branded T-shirt or something to do that, then yeah, I would do that. But otherwise, yeah, I'd always be wearing a shirt with a collar. whether it be a polo shirt or a shirt like I'm wearing right now. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I am Team Mustang, even though a lot of morons drive them and crash. Yeah, that was always the case with Shelbys. And I owned a number of them over the years. And yeah, people did wreck them. I also had a GT390 that was like the car in Bullet that Steve McQueen drove in Bullet. I had one of those, and that was a wild car to drive. That was fun. It was a 390 with the 4-speed with the Hurst shifter. Let's see. Craig, what do you think about the new Air King? It's all right. It wouldn't be my first choice. There's a lot of others that I would choose before it, but yeah, I would just say it's all right. But yeah, I probably wouldn't buy it because, again, I probably have 4 or 5 other watches that I would put ahead of it. I'd rather buy an Oyster Perpetual. I'd rather buy a Datejust. I'd rather buy an Explorer. So yeah. Craig, have you ever gone to Walmart wearing sweatpants and a tank top? No, you're not going to find a picture of me in Walmart wearing sweatpants and a tank top. Now, I may have gone there when I was down in Florida. I may have gone there wearing a swimsuit and some kind of a polo shirt or something like that. We go around quite a bit in swimsuits down in Florida. That's like normal fare, right? But I'm not sure. I don't even think I even did that. So yeah, I was normally just wearing the swimsuit at the resort, not when I went out shopping or something like that. Let's see, Cheetown. I physically don't like T-shirts because, by the way, I don't shop at Walmart. The only time I shop at Walmart was when I was parking my motor coach there for free overnight. I feel like I'm obligated to go in and buy a few things, so I did. But that's the only time I would shop in Walmart is if I'm overnighting there in the motor coach. I personally don't like T-shirts because they look sloppy. I only wear a T-shirt to bed, to the gym, or as an undershirt. There you go. What color was your GT390? It was dark green. It was dark green. I believe that's the same color that the one in the movie was. Let's see. And unfortunately, I don't have a photo of that car. There's a lot of cars that I've had in the past that I don't have photos. That was back in the film days. And we just didn't take photos of stuff that much. So I don't have that many photos, period, from the old days. I've showed you guys in the past some photos of the Shelbys. I did take some photos of those. Let me see if I can pull one up here. But certainly we didn't take pictures of all the cars because we just didn't want to burn the film. And I didn't even take pictures of all the girls. Didn't even take pictures of all them. It's not, it's not back in the day. It wasn't as easy as it is now. Now you just take a photo. You don't even think about it, right? It's no big deal. But back in the day, you had to have film. So there's the GT500 KR convertible on the top. And that's my Honda 350 there next to it. And that one we bought, it needed a little bit of work, needed a little bit of fiberglass work on the front. See there, how the piece on the bottom was broken and a little bit of damage on the hood. But that was a GT500 KR convertible, 1968. And there's a GT350 that we went up to New York State and got. And that was my demo. I was working at the Lincoln Mercury dealer, and that was my Mercury demo. I think that's about a 1979, I want to say. Let me think. Or would it have been 1980? 79 or 80, somewhere in there. So anyway, that was my demo, brand new, right? We put a U-Haul hitch on the back. And went up and picked up the Shelby and pulled it back from New York. If the dealership would have known how I was using these demos, I don't think they would have been. I don't think they would have been amused. Maybe not amused how we used the demos. And there's another picture of the GT350 convertible. And we had a couple of coupes. We had a couple of others. I had a 1967. GT500 coupe that was awesome. Uh, let's see. And Craig pairs that outfit with a gold chain and a fake Royal Oak. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I had a stopover in Tokyo, saw a GS. That was the start. Okay. Let's see. That's what T-shirts were made for, as undershirts by sailors, so they didn't ruin their uniforms. Okay, I didn't know that. It's good to know. Craig, what do you think of graphic T-shirts? People gift those to me, but I refuse to wear them. Cheetown. Well, like I say, we used to give them out. We used to give out a lot of them. We had a prize program on Frederick.com where people would hit the site and a prize would pop up. And then they'd go and redeem that prize. We were giving away hats that had Frederick.com on them and T-shirts that had Frederick.com and then sweatshirts also in the wintertime that had Frederick.com. And what would happen is they'd go to one of the restaurants that was a sponsor on the site, and they'd have to go there to pick up their prize. So 9 times out of 10, they'd eat while they were there. So the restaurants loved it, right? And we did that for a while. And so I gave away quite a few shirts, T-shirts, hats, sweatshirts. I still have some of them around here. And I used to wear them during that time that we were giving them away because, I mean, I got to drink my own Kool-Aid, right? But I'd wear them at events and things like that. So, yeah. But other than that, yeah, I think it would be a pass. Let's see here. Craig, what's your opinion on the Audi 100 Coupe S? Send me a picture of the particular one you're talking about, and we'll take a look, Lance. Mr. Q, T-Town, exactly. And tennis shoes are for the activity of the same name. Same reason I don't wear sneakers, not sneaking anywhere. Yeah, it's just amazing to me that people would wear cheap shoes. I mean, you only have 2 feet to take care of, right? Why would you put cheap shoes on them? Why would you do that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And, you know, like I say, the title of this show was Details Matter, right? Details Matter. And Cheetown says sailors back in WW2 wore crew neck T-shirts so they would sweat through them and not destroy their white uniforms. Okay. Lance sent the photo, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. We're coming up on 6 o'clock, so get any last-minute images to me that you want to email or anything, because we're going to get ready to wrap this puppy up. So far, I don't see the email, Lance. You might have to send that again. Let me reload here and see what the heck's going on. Let's do a time check while I do that. The 231's on the bench with the 005. On the bench with the 005. Lance, I don't see it. You may have to resend that puppy. It's just not here yet. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we got an issue with the email. I hope not. I hope not. Now it just says loading. Oh, now I got it. Never mind. I got it. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that was like back when they made the 100 LS and those things. Yeah, I mean, they give a lot of trouble. Audis, they just give a lot of trouble. I was selling Audis. I was working at the Porsche Audi dealer, and I was selling them, I want to say 1979, 1980, in that time frame. I worked for a period of time at Capital Porsche Audi. And they had the 5000S, the Audi 5000, and they had the Audi 5000 available in a diesel also that was cool. And but yeah, I mainly played around with the 911s. I mainly like the 911s. I like the 928 also. 928 was a lot of fun, but I really like the 911s, especially the 930 Turbo. That was a blast to drive. One of our sales reps was out with this is no lie. he was out with a prospect, okay? And we had a place, there was a road, Cherry Hill Road, that went right off of Route 1. And you went down, and it was a really sharp turn. And we used to take the Porsches around there to show, how well they handled. And the sales rep, he hadn't been with us that long, and he wasn't that good a driver. And so he went through this turn in a and I believe it was a 911. It's a 911, or was it a 944? I think it was a 911. But in any event, he lost control and he rolled the sucker. He rolled the brand new Porsche. And he ended up upside down. He was literally upside down. He and his prospect were both strapped in, and they were upside down. And at least he claimed this is what he said. I wasn't there, but this is what he claimed after the fact. He claimed that he looked over at the customer, and he said, "Now I've demonstrated the torsional rigidity of the body in a roll situation. So now you know how great these cars are, right?" So that was pretty funny. He didn't last there much longer than that. They pretty much gave him his walking papers after he rolled the Porsche. So that's how that worked sometimes. Let's see. I think if the summer and a t-shirt has an original design, it's okay to wear casually, but I wouldn't wear advertising. Okay. So Silicon Valley lowered the bar in dressing nicely to a huge extent. Well, what's good is now if anybody dresses decent, they really stand out, right? They've done us favors. Cheetown says, "Craig, does Brooks Brothers make a good linen shirt?" They did years ago, probably not anymore. They've kind of hoarded out their brand. I think they're bankrupt now too, right? Anyway, they started making a lot of crap lately, so I would get their vintage stuff that's made in the USA. They probably had some linen shirts that were made in USA back in the day. You might be able to find some really nice mint condition ones on eBay. That's probably what I would do on the linen shirt thing. But I will tell you that I love the linen shirt that I have that's Kenneth Gordon. That is a beauty. And you've seen it here many times on the channel. Let me try to pull it up real quick. And see if I can pull that shirt up. Yeah. Yes, sirree, Bubba. I'll pull this puppy up. So there I am wearing it. There I am wearing the linen shirt the other day with some Edward Green shoes, and of course my Bills khakis, and of course the 002 Stunner. And there's a close-up of the Heirloom Collection Kenneth Gordon shirt made in the USA, linen, made of linen. So there you go. That's one of my favorite shirts. If the house was on fire, I'd probably grab that one and go. Very comfortable, good-looking shirt, goes with anything, goes great with the khakis because notice it's got that line through it that kind of matches the khaki color. So yeah. Our Wags is in the house. Craig, have any special plans for July 4th celebration? No, the things I normally do are both canceled. The events I normally go to are canceled. So I might just go for a long hike in the mountains and might share some videos and things from previous. Matter of fact, I just shared a little while ago on the Facebook page, on the Frederick County Facebook page, a blog post that I put up about some previous July 4ths and videos and photos and so forth so people can take a trip down memory lane. But they canceled the Barbara Fritchie Classic race, motorcycle race that I usually go to on July 4th, and they canceled the Baker Park July 4th celebration in downtown Frederick. So no, nothing planned right now. Maybe just a long hike, and there's some neighbors that are having a cookout that I might swing by there and check out what's going on, but nothing special. Megan's in the house. I made it on time. Megan, you are trolling us now. I know you're trolling us now. You've got to realize that I'm just now wrapping the show. I'm just now wrapping the show. You've got to realize that. Tim's in the house. Megan, you always come at the end of the show. I know my mistakes. I hike on the daily, okay? Megan. Starting time is 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, okay? There you go. I bet you Megan's a lot of fun at a party. I bet you she is. So, on that note, first, speaking of fun young ladies at parties, I did promise I would show the lovely Bree's page, briefitdance.com. Hey, go there and become a Patreon and help support the lovely Bree. She's working hard to develop her brand and to stay in shape and take care of herself, and it's all good. In the meantime, click subscribe, and click the little bell. Click the little bell so that you'll get notifications. And Mr. Q says BLM protesting and after party got their permit in Orlando downtown. Unbelievable. People have way too much time on their hands, some of these people, if you ask me. All right, so on that note, we're going to wrap this puppy up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up.